Welcome to Retiring Well. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We have a great show mapped out for you, and the whole advisor team has been working hard to get this information to you. We're going to start off the show about talking about costly mistakes to avoid in your retirement. But as you're traveling down the retirement train track, you don't want it to go off the rails, and these are some things to consider and keep mindful of in your retirement years. Then Nick is going to join us and talk about what would a $500,000 annuity pay me. Now, maybe an annuity is or isn't for you, but it's interesting you consider looking at some of these numbers. Jack then is going to dive into Social Security benefits, some common questions that are out there, and some interesting solutions that come along. And finally, to close out the show, retirement lifestyle. Boy, the way that you've lived all these years, what does retirement look like? We are sure that you've dreamt about it for years and helping you walk through that so you can plan to retire well.
Retiring Well, brought to you by Centennial Wealth Advisory, financial advisors specializing in retirement planning and serving all of Northern Michigan. Retiring Well, helping you plan for a successful and comfortable retirement. Retiring Well. Plan to retire well.
When you're developing your game plan for retirement, you obviously want to have victory. You want to have success in that game plan, correct? Well, just like any sporting event or some sort of thing going on out there, we want to avoid the losses. We want to avoid penalties and all this sort of stuff like that. So let's talk about avoiding these costly mistakes in your retirement planning and in your retirement for the long term. Now, there's lots of different kind of traps that can happen out there where they can trip you up and cause challenges and stuff like that. But I'm going to give you 3 today that I think can be easily avoided or at least easily planned for. And are some of the bigger ones that we see out there that can really put a wrinkle in things as you get into retirement or even further in retirement. The first one, it seems simple enough, but not saving enough for retirement. One of the most common questions I get asked as a financial advisor is, how much do I need to retire? Well, it depends. I know you've heard me say that before if you watched the show for long. It really depends. Every individual is a totally unique situation. Don't get caught comparing yourself to your neighbors, your coworkers, your friends, family, stuff like that, because likely their situation is different than yours. Even though maybe you live on the same street or look like you live the same lifestyle, there's a lot of other things behind the scenes that are going to be different. So when we talk about saving enough for retirement, it's going to be different for every individual. You want to have enough income or enough savings to provide for income, inflation, taxes, healthcare. What about your hobbies or goals that you have in retirement? Travel, helping your kids or grandkids, those unexpected home repairs or things coming up. So all those various things, when you're looking at that total retirement plan, make sure you're factoring all of those things in the stuff that you want to do, because it's vitally important when you think of having enough to retire that we want to have all that sort of stuff mapped in. The next thing that we want to talk about or avoid is taking too many or too large of withdrawals early in retirement. You know, I'm all for a sense of adventure, but sometimes I've seen folks kind of get into this. They want to self-reward themselves for a job well done or for a retirement thing. So right away, early in retirement, they buy themselves some large, almost thank you or appreciation gift. Wonderful idea. Maybe it's something you need, but be careful, you know, with this sort of stuff, especially if you're using your retirement savings to do that from like a 401 or IRA. So I've seen folks come right into retirement day one, buy very nice pickup trucks, tractors, boats, campers, RVs, maybe a second home. Not saying you shouldn't do that. Be careful and make sure it matches your plan. Because, again, those large withdrawals, especially early on, you lose that lifetime of savings or earnings potential on that money. The final thing to take away from this, or a costly mistake to avoid, generating a high tax bill that erodes your savings. So just like talking in a little bit ago when I talk about taking those large withdrawals, likely speaking, most people's retirement savings consists of pre-tax money. 401ks, IRAs, that sort of stuff, that every dollar you take out is going to be taxable. So the more distributions you have, the higher your tax bill potentially could be. might put you in the next tax bracket. It might make the difference of paying, let's say, 12% versus 22% on that same dollar. Again, looking at how that affects you long term is going to be vital, and even on a year-by-year basis. So oftentimes somebody will call us up here that's a client, or when we start looking at taking a distribution, they'll say, I'm looking at buying something, pick anything out there, and I need $20,000. Okay, well, what is that? What are we going to have to take to get you that $20,000? If we want to gross up for taxes, and depending upon the tax bracket you're in, you could end up taking $25,000, $30,000 or more just so you can net that $20,000 after taxes. So as you're planning for your retirement, and you're thinking of how you want this to look, and you have this magical dream in your mind of what retirement looks like for you, be careful about some of these costly mistakes that can come along the way and cause some bumps in your path. If you'd like to talk about your retirement plan and making sure that somebody's alongside you to help avoid these mistakes, and so you have a partner in this retirement plan, give us a call. We'd love to walk through this journey with you at Centennial Wealth Advisory here at any of our office locations across Northern Michigan. Hope you enjoyed this here, and have a great day. Retirement, something you've likely dreamed about for many years. Maybe you're approaching it here very soon, or just recently retired. This is just for you then. Here at Centennial Wealth Advisory, we've created a retirement roadmap. Retirement is filled with many choices. What are you going to do with the grandkids? What trips you're going to go on? But first, we need to map out what this plan looks like. Where's the income going to come from? What investments is going to match up to produce that income? How are taxes going to look, and is there something that can be done to improve the situation today and for years down the road? Estate planning. What happens when you're gone and you're not here? What would you like to see happen with your assets and your estate and all of your loved ones that are left behind? Healthcare. You know, all the different options that exist out there, and how different levels of income may dictate how much you're paying for your healthcare. Putting all those things together in a roadmap is a vital thing to retirement success. And not only that, but the confidence that you can go into that knowing you have a plan in place that allows you to enact all these dreams that you've had over the years. Simply go to our website at cen-wealth.com, and there's an area to click on to sign up for this retirement roadmap. You'll get instant download and can watch it right away. And the beautiful thing is it asks just a couple questions, and it hones it in and customizes it just for you in your particular situation. We hope that this video provides great value for you, and again, gives you the confidence heading into your retirement so you can plan to retire well.
Your grandchildren are precious to you. They are your life. This is your time to have that special relationship. Taking care of yourself is taking care of them. Centennial Wealth Advisory is offering a free, no-obligation retirement review to make sure you don't run out of money during your retirement. Centennial Wealth Advisory. Your best is yet to come.
What will a $500,000 annuity pay me annually? It's a great question, and with interest rates being so high, it's a question you should be asking yourself right now. You know, interest rates are high, yes, and it might not be good if you're in the market for a new home, right? That 30-year mortgage rate kind of hovering close to 8%. Historically, that's pretty high, right? But, you know, with interest rates being so high, these no-market investment tools that are out there are paying a little bit better. So that could be your high yield savings accounts, got that higher interest rate, money market accounts, CDs. CDs right now, I can get you a 1-year CD in 2023 that's close to 5.5%, okay? And with those higher interest rates, that also means that annuities are paying a little bit better as well. So let's start by diving in and answering this question: what will that $500K annuity pay me annually, by talking about an annuity that has a lifetime income component, okay? So yes, rates are high, so the rates that the annuity companies are going to pay are a little bit higher, but that rate that they pay you is based on a lot of different factors, not just interest rates. So one of the factors that the annuity or insurance companies use to determine annuity payouts is your age. So if you are on the younger side, the payout that you're going to get annually from this annuity is going to be a little bit less than if you were on the older side. So let's say you're 60 years old and you sign up for this annuity. Well, your payment is going to be less than if you waited until age 65 to sign up for this annuity. Reason being is it's all based on how long the insurance companies think you're going to live, right? If you're on the younger side, you've got a longer life expectancy, so that insurance company is going to assume, well, they're going to pay out that lifetime income a little bit longer than if you had waited until age 65. Another factor that plays a role into how much you can expect to receive annually from that annuity is what type of income you structure that annuity for. You could have an individual payout or a joint payout. So with an individual payout, that lifetime income is then just based on your individual lifetime, okay? So if you have an individual lifetime income, that's going to be a higher payout than if you were to base your income off of a joint payout. So let's say that you're married and you want that lifetime income to continue regardless if one of you passes away, so that the other can continue it on. Okay, well, the insurance company looks at that and they say, okay, well, what's the likelihood of both of them living a long life? Well, probably one of them would, right? So the payout, if you have a joint lifetime income, is going to be a little bit less than if you had just an individual lifetime income payout. And then one more factor that plays a big role in determining how long or how much that annuity payment is going to be is whether or not you start the income right away or if you defer it down the road. So if you start the income right away, that payout's going to be a little bit less than if you were to start that income, 1, 2, 3 years down the road. I had a recent client where he retired, he got a 2-year severance package, meaning that he had his salary for 2 years when he retired, and so but he still wanted that income annuity. So we deferred his income out for after those 2 years and got him a higher payout by doing that. And again, it all boils down to life expectancy and so forth. The insurance companies have their actuarial scientists looking at all of this to determine what makes the most sense for that insurance company and their clients. So let's crunch some numbers here. Let's put a scenario to the road. Let's say that you're 65, you just want single lifetime income. You're going to defer that income for 1 year down the road, okay? What is that $500,000 going to pay you right now in 2023? Well, here at Centennial Wealth, we're independent advisors. So we shop around, we find the best products that are out there on the market. And the best rate that we can find right now is paying 6.65%. And it has a 10% bonus on the income benefit base. So if you put $500K into that annuity, you get a 10% bonus, so that would bump it up to $550,000, and that would be your income benefit base. And 6.65% on that $550,000 would pay you just about $36,000 annually for the rest of your life. So that's just one example. There's so many different annuity products that are out there. Please, if you have any questions on annuities or how to structure an annuity that might fit your needs the best, please don't hesitate to reach out and give us a call.
When it comes to your financial future, what's the value of a truly objective opinion? As someone looking for financial guidance, you have choices. There are thousands of captive financial professionals who work as employees for large national insurance companies and brokerages. There are also many independent financial professionals who aren't bound to any given insurance company, investment strategy, or product. So what's the difference, and why does it really matter to you? Consider this. If you walked into a doctor's office with a sore throat, a bad cough, and a high fever, you'd expect that doctor to assess your symptoms, do a thorough diagnosis, and ultimately hand you a prescription written to cure your particular ailment. In other words, you'd expect the doctor to consider all the medications available and give you his or her absolute best thinking on what's best for you. On the other hand, if that doctor opened the cupboard and only had 3 or 4 prescriptions available, maybe those offered by his or her favorite pharmaceutical rep, most patients would immediately raise an eyebrow, suspicious that they might not be getting what was really in their best interest. The same may be true for your financial well-being. If your financial professional is an employee who's contractually bound to represent a given insurance or investment company, only offering their products while there are literally hundreds of others available, how sure can you be that you're being offered what's truly best for your situation? You don't walk into a tailor or seamstress shop to get clothing off some rack. You go for a custom-tailored fit. And with something as important as your financial future at hand, the stakes are even higher. We believe you deserve a truly objective opinion. We think you deserve to consider more of the available options. And we believe your financial future is worth a custom-tailored prescription to help you feel confident for the days ahead. If you'd like a second opinion on your current retirement strategy, simply contact our office today.
Hey, welcome to this segment on Social Security benefits FAQs, or frequently asked questions. We get these common questions all of the time as we're sitting down and helping people plan for or continue to plan as they have retired. So here are a few of those top hitter that we want to send your way. The first one is, what is your Social Security retirement age? This is what's known as your full retirement age, or FRA, and it depends on when you were born. So if you were born in 1937 or earlier, your FRA is 65. If you were born between 1943 and 1954, your FRA is 66 for the baby boomers. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. Now you can see there's some gaps in those ranges right there, and those of you born between 1938 and 1942, as well as 1955 to 1959, you have even more specific retirement ages. Okay, so it might be 66 years, 4 months, okay, instead of those whole number of months. You could start as early as 62, or you could delay all the way up until you're 70 years old. A lot of times clients will say, well, when should I start Social Security? I want to maximize my cumulative benefits. Unfortunately, the only way to accurately know the answer to that question is to know when you would pass away. And if you knew when you were going to pass away, you would know exactly which strategy to use. And we don't have or want to even think about that. So we have to bring in other factors as we determine when you should start Social Security. The next one is, when can I apply for it? You can actually apply at age 61, 9 months, and you can go to the Social Security Administration, a local office. You could call 1-800-772-1213, or you could go to ssa.gov. And those are 3 different ways that you could apply, whether it was, at age 62 or if you wanted to wait until later. The next question is, how much am I going to get? Well, that depends on when you start pulling your Social Security. Okay, are you going to start when you're 62, or are you going to wait until you're 70? If you have reached your full retirement age and you defer until you're 70, your income will grow on average about 8% a year. And if you wait from 62 until full retirement age, it's reduced a little bit, but that contractual lifetime income is growing every year that you defer your benefits from starting. They're going to calculate your highest 35 years of earnings in order to get that FRA number for you. What is the Social Security tax limit? So what you've been doing, you probably noticed this in your paychecks, is that you've been paying 6.2% into Social Security. Your employer has been matching that and also paying 6.2%. If you're self-employed, then you'd be responsible for the full 12.4% to pay for the Social Security. Then sometimes people ask, well, when I start these benefits, are these Social Security benefits going to be taxed? Answer, it depends. Okay, it depends on what's called your provisional income. And so what they'll do is they'll do an equation. They'll take half of your Social Security benefits, and then they add that to your gross income, and they come up with a number. And if that number breaks different thresholds, then you're going to have some of your Social Security benefits start to be considered taxable income. Some of those thresholds to know about your provisional income would be at, if you're single, $25,000. If you're a married couple, it's $32,000. And then the next threshold is for single, $34,000 and up to $44,000 for couples. And after you break that $44,000 threshold for your provisional income, you're going to see that more up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could become taxable. Okay, what's your maximum Social Security benefit? If you're at full retirement age, right now that's $3,627, okay, and that will adjust down or up depending on when you start Social Security. And finally, when will I receive my check? If you were born between the 1st and the 10th of the month, you'll get it on the 2nd Wednesday. If you were born the 11th to the 20th, you get it on the 3rd Wednesday. And if you were born the 21st or later, you get it on the 4th Wednesday of each month. Have a great day.
Living life isn't always easy. It puts up challenges and obstacles you'll have to overcome. There are responsibilities. You put in effort to provide and take care of your family, and to save and invest, to balance work and life. Planning is the first step to succeeding. Plan to retire well.
We're just thrilled that we had another great day. We really have good luck when it comes to weather, and we have extremely good luck when it comes to support from the community. Centennial Wealth has been a solid supporter right from the get-go, and we can't thank you enough for all that you've done for us, and we speak on behalf of the vets.
Thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure working with everybody here at Lock and Heath. They provide a great venue for us, and we get a lot of support because of Lock and Heath.
Thankful to be out here with Veterans in Crisis. We've been supporting them for a number of years, and beautiful day for a golf outing. They do so much for the Northern Michigan veteran community, and Centennial Wealth Advisory is just proud to partner with them once again.
Hey, we're out here on a beautiful day at the Veterans in Crisis Annual Golf Memorial. You know, here at Centennial, we love to support our veterans. They led the way to give us the freedom that we have, and we're forever indebted to them. This is an awesome opportunity to help sponsor a program that helps our veterans all across Northern Michigan. So we have a beautiful day and are going to have a great time golfing.
As you are planning for retirement, where's your journey taking you? Do you know where you are going? How are you going to get there? And what's the best route to take? Do you have a personal retirement roadmap? At Centennial Wealth Advisory, we specialize in retirement planning, and we have designed a complimentary retirement roadmap video series that can be customized based on your personal circumstance and preferences. There is no cost and no obligation. Simply go to cen-wealth.com/roadmap and provide us with some basic information that will guide you to your on-demand, customized retirement roadmap video. Planning is the first step to succeeding. Plan to retire well.
Let's talk about some ways to enhance your retirement lifestyle. Physical and mental health are key to a long and enjoyable retirement. So let's take a moment now and picture your dreams for retirement. Maybe it's been a little while since you've had dreams, but let's walk through that and see, what does that future hold for you, and what do you want to see happen? One of the key areas for your mental health might be keeping that mind sharp. That might include, as an idea, writing letters to some of your loved ones, children, grandchildren, friends that you've had over the years, and just share some great memories that you've enjoyed and your love for them. What about, I've had a number of clients that have enrolled in a local college class. There might be an interest that you have and you're wanting to learn more. A lot of the different community colleges will offer no or low cost types of opportunities for those of you that are in retirement, that you could continue your learning process. Maybe it's playing Sudoku or completing those crossword puzzles to keep the mind sharp. And did you know that diet, exercise, and sleep have been shown to prevent Alzheimer's disease? I mean, that's, I know, a great concern for a number of you of what's going to happen if the body's still in good shape but the mind goes. So diet, exercise, and sleep are key. Along with that, it's shown that staying social can prevent illnesses. So you want to stay out there, stay communicating with friends and family. And then lastly, getting into making smart financial decisions. So with bigger expenses such as travel or vehicle purchases, make sure you're paying attention to taxes. This is the number one area that we see a lot of times, that people are wanting to make those bigger purchases, but they don't factor in what tax implications there's going to be. And ideally, you're making some of these bigger purchases before you get to retirement. So the most successful clients that I've seen have planned ahead. They've tried to incorporate these bigger expenses into their budget while they're still working and maybe have a little bit higher income than what they anticipate in retirement. And so if you have those purchases that you're looking to make, whether it's the vehicle or the boat that you plan on using for fishing in retirement, try to map that out well in advance so that you're hopefully making that happen before you get to retirement. And lastly, please set up an estate plan. This can make things so much easier for your loved ones and passing on those assets in a smooth and seamless process. So if you're in need of help when it comes to your income plan or tax plan or partnering with different estate planning attorneys, we encourage you to give us a call, as it's our mission here at Centennial Wealth Advisory to help you plan to retire well.